Hello, I'm Bill Lampton, the Biz Communication Guy, here to assure you that if you boost your conversational skills, you're very likely to boost your business. Think of the times when just being able to carry on a lively, intelligent, articulate conversation with somebody would be an advantage for you in the professional world. You're going to lunch with a staff member. You're in a job interview. You're talking with a prospective client to buy your product or your service. Conversation can be essential then if you do it well. I first became aware of this when I was teaching business communication at the University of Georgia. I noted that we were teaching people how to speak to a group that didn't respond vocally, but we really weren't teaching people anything about how to interact on a one-on-one basis. So in every semester when I taught the basic communication course, I also included 1 hour of how to be a good conversationalist. Some of the students told me at the end of the course that that was the most important and beneficial hour that they experienced during that term. Okay, let's look at 3 tips, and these are some that I share when I teach conversation skills to corporations, to associations, and to business leaders. I'm glad to share them with you. Number 1 that I jotted down, be a well-informed person. You've got to talk about something, and people want to talk about what's going on. Example, Time Magazine just named its Person of the Year. Do you know who that is? Do you know the background of that? People will be talking about that. People are also talking about the Final Four in the college football playoffs. Who are they? Do you know? What about other major news stories that are going on? There were volcanoes in New Zealand. What do you know about that? So it's great to stay informed on a wide variety of topics because they're likely to come up in conversation. About the last thing I do every day is browse Google News. I look at every segment of it: entertainment, technology, politics, sports, news, international news. I look at all of it. It's good to stay well informed. A second point is to be a fine conversationalist. Sound like a winner and not a whiner. People want to listen to positive, upbeat talk. So when somebody says to you, "How are you doing today?" they're really not looking for a detailed medical report. They don't want to know about your financial stress. They're not particularly interested in hearing about other situations that are negative. There was a character in a comic strip years ago. The comic strip was Little Abner. And this was a guy named, you couldn't even pronounce his name. It was practically all consonants, Joe Blupsk or something like that. And Joe went around with a cloud over his head and lightning striking. Nobody wanted to be around Joe because it was just bad things all the time. There was a song in the musical South Pacific, and the song said, "Happy talk, happy talk." That's what people really want to hear. Now, I'm not asking you to be unrealistic. If there are problems that must be faced, do that. But in ordinary circumstances, talk upbeat. This is why I've had the slogan for years, always push the up button. You get into an elevator, you have a choice to push the up button or the down button. And in life and in your attitudes, we all have a choice. People want to talk to us when we push the up button and stay positive and talk about upbeat topics. And then number 3, here are three almost magical words that I learned years ago when I first started attending the National Speakers Association. There was one consultant who was teaching us how to talk to those who might be hiring us. And she said, when we're talking with them about their organization, one phrase that we can use several times is, "Tell me more." Isn't that interesting? Tell me more. That means I like what you're saying. I'm interested. I really need to know what Paul Harvey would call the rest of the story. So, you want to boost your business, boost your conversation, and do it with the suggestions I made. Be well informed, sound like a winner and not a whiner, and number 3, use those 3 magic words, "Tell me more." And they will be glad to tell you more. Thanks for being with me. I'm Bill Lampton. Give me a call, 678-316-4300. I'll be glad to present a program for you, 25 ways to boost your conversation.